Hi Year 2. I have now got a selection of items from outside. I've got some slate, some pieces of flint, I've got some leaves, some twigs, and I've got some dead pieces of plant here, some sticks. And I'm going to be creating a picture in the style of Andy Goldsworthy. So the only thing I really need for this is a piece of paper, just so that it makes it easier to see. You can glue yours down if it's going to work for you, but if you don't have any glue, that's fine. And like we said before, if you didn't have any items to use, you can always just sketch out and draw your own leaves, your own stones, and think about a pattern that you might like to make. So here you can see I started to create a leaf followed by a stone. Kind of pattern here, and you also might like to add in some colour, so you might want to colour in some of your leaves in a kind of hashed darker colour, and you might want to keep some of them as green. So again, completely up to you how you decide to create this picture, whether you decide to use real objects or whether you decide to keep it nice and 2D and just use pencil or even some pen. So that is my version of what it might look like if it was in pencil or pen. And again, I think I would just continue to go around putting a stone and then a leaf and then a stone until I've got kind of a spiral. And then I might even want to show that I use some bigger stones into like a snail shape in the middle. But again, absolutely up to you. There's no wrong or right way of creating this design for a sculpture. If you have got the real objects in front of you, such as the twigs and the leaves, you might want to think about how you can make it look like Andrew Goldsworthy. So I'm going to think about making kind of a snail shape with some stones, just because I noticed in a lot of his work he used spirals. And again, it's literally trial and error. You're going to be thinking about what works and then maybe changing it and thinking what is going to look better. And then you might want to add bits in or even take them away. So I quite like this so far. In fact, I don't actually like that bit, so I'm going to take that bit out and keep it more spiraled around like this even. Like that. And again, art is so subjective. It doesn't mean that everyone's going to like what I'm creating. You might want to create something completely different. I'm going to put in some different colours. You might, if you can find red and green leaves, that would be perfect. But again, it's about you creating something that you enjoy looking at. I'm going to place those under there, I think, actually. Some different leaves. In fact, I quite like the idea of having the dark and the light together on top of each other. And pop that one on top, just to create some different colours. And actually, I'm going to layer some of these on here like this. And again, you can't get it wrong. It's completely up to you what yours looks like at the end. And actually I've just realised that on one side it's quite dark and on the other side it's quite light, so I'm going to place a dark and a light on this part of my picture, and I'm going to incorporate some twigs down the bottom here. Now I think I quite like that, but once you've finished you can always start again, because you've still got the same materials and see different ways of creating an image. So I think I'm going to stop there before I add too much and maybe make it look less effective. So that is my piece of artwork for today, and I look forward to seeing what you create.